All right, there we go. We're live, Ryan. Go for it.
Hello, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to Pond Boys. We are so stoked for today's show. I think it's going to be a one for the books. Anyway, this is going to be a good one. So we have got none other than Wade Harman visiting us today, and we're going to get right to it. I'm so stoked to talk to him. I'm sure he's got a lot to say, and I've got a lot to ask him. How you doing, Wade?
I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me on, Ryan.
Oh, dude, thanks for coming on, man. This is gonna be fun. So, so a couple weeks back, you showed a little bit of interest in wanting to come in and play Pawn or Die, and obviously we're gonna play that later. What prompted you to come onto our show?
Well, I like the way it was just flowing with you guys. It's just goofing off, and it really just reminded me of hanging out with some of my high school buddies, and I just wanted to come on and goof off with you, not have to worry about doing anything for business.
Absolutely, absolutely. Which brings me to another point. You know, last night I was kind of thinking about what I wanted to talk to you about, and obviously to me, you're the consummate professional. You are wearing that professional hat all the time. So maybe we can peel back the layers of Wade, the non-professional Wade. Is that okay?
Sure. I don't know if you want to go too far down that rabbit hole. it can get pretty hairy.
What do you like to do? What do you like to do when you're not working, man? I mean, what's Wade do? You sing in the shower? You?
Well, sure. I mean, I think everybody kind of does that at one point. But you know, the past 2.5 years, I've just worked. I mean, it's been 12, 16-hour days, and then when I'm done, I just, it's time for bed, and then wake back up and do it again. I play a fiddle. I play a guitar. It's been a while since I've played the guitar. My fiddle's actually broke, and it broke a 1.5 years ago, and it's been that long since I've had time to even fix it. So I have just threw myself into social media and Google Plus and trying to build this business that I'm in.
So before you started this, you were a coal miner, right?
Yeah.
So tell us about that. That's interesting to me. And that's you live in coal mining
country,
right?
Yeah. Yep. I'm in the heart of coal country in southwestern Virginia, within a 100-mile circle radius of where I am at. That's where the country's biggest bulk of coal comes from. West Virginia, Kentucky, parts of Tennessee, and Pennsylvania are the big providers of coal. And I got into my dad actually owned the coal mines.
A lot of you guys, a lot of the coal miners, it's like generational thing. It's like, my grandpa did it, my dad did it.
That's right. I'm a 4th-generation coal miner. My family is actually German, and we can trace back my heritage from when they came over, and they started doing all this. So I know for a fact I'm a 4th-generation coal miner, but it probably goes way back. The techniques that the mining industry uses today are from the Germans. They're really brilliant at doing the coal and pulling the coal out of the mountain, and I guess that's why I was drawn to that. And another reason I was probably drawn to it is because I'm smack in the middle of it too, and it's a vicious cycle, especially around this area, because in my area you're either a doctor or you're a coal miner. That's where the money is. And so just take into account you could go through 12 years of school after high school and become a doctor, or you could just graduate high school. Even if you did graduate, you could just graduate high school if that was something you wanted to do, and go right into making $23, $24 an hour.
Right.
And so that's what most people do around here. They don't have the money or the time to just to go to school. So they opt to go to the coal mines.
So it's just good money right off the bat. I'll have to say that, and a lot of people don't realize this, but really it's the coal miners that are the heart and soul of this country, man. I mean, it's what makes this country tick. And I mean, do you believe that? I believe that. I mean, that's like true blue red-blooded, American stuff right there to me. So.
Well, yeah, of course I'm going to agree with you because I was one, and you're talking about my family and my friends, and so yeah, I believe that. In another part of the country, it could be the farmers are the ones where the country is founded on. It just depends on where you're at. But with me, it's it's all. I see coal miners. I see people walking around in stores with their coal mining uniforms on, with the reflective stuff on their shirts and legs, and so I guess in a different.
Right, it's just a part of everybody's life, everyday life.
Yeah, it is.
Ryan, I'm surprised you didn't name one of your kids Cole.
I thought about it, and
one of my kids is named Cole.
Really? Is that right? Is that true?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Not COAL though.
Oh, well, of course. I mean, it's phonetically correct, Cole, but it's not spelled like the conventional way. So, so what is like a day? What is a day in the grind of an average coal miner? I mean, what's entailed in that? I mean, do they still have the little parakeets down there too, or do they have something more high tech?
No, that's a common misconception because if you read the stories, or you hear things, or you watch old movies with coal mining in it, you do see the little parakeet in the cage, and the coal mining, once you get underground, it is very high tech under there. You have remote controlled machinery. You have guys running computer systems that are gauging different things. It's all now. I was going to say it's all computerized, but it's not all computerized. Of course, you still have the back-breaking work. I'm just talking about the machinery. I used to run something called a scoop that it had a huge bucket, probably 15 foot wide on it. The whole thing was about 15 foot wide, and you could just sit and you had to lay down on it. So your head stuck out the side, and you would look. Say I was going. You never go forward. You're either going right or you're going left, and you run your controls accordingly. So whether you were going right, you would turn your head right to look, or whether you were going left, you'd have to turn your head the other way to look and drive that thing. So it's come a long way from the pickaxe and dynamite. In some salt mines, they still use the dynamite technique, but coal, where there's methane gas under there, you don't want to use anything that can ignite. So, but a regular day in the life of a coal miner is probably, get up if you're on day shift, you get up at 4:30 in the morning. You'd be up at the mines getting ready to go underground at 6, and they take you underground. And depending on what kind of mines it is, I used to work at a shaft mine where you got on an elevator, and it took 50 or 60 men straight down. About 1,900 feet, and then the doors would open, and then you'd go straight into it like that.
No, thank you.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
But if you'd
never get me in there.
So, do you have claustrophobia? Do you have claustrophobia?
Probably.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Oh, so you do too, Wade, and that didn't bother you at all?
Well, you don't think about it when it's your job. When you're just you're going there to work, so.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm impressed. There's no way you could get me in there. I'd
Well, I
starve.
will tell you this: that shaft mine that I worked at. If you want to Google this, you can Google Consol, CONSOL, Consol Energy. That's one of the largest coal corporations in the country. They still have a mine about 20 minutes from the house, and that's a shaft mine. I used to work in that one. We would go straight down in the elevator, and when you came out, it was like you were in a big cathedral. There was 100-foot high ceilings. It wasn't like, way low. So even though I was claustrophobic, the only thing that it was similar to other coal mines in that it was pitch black. You know, if you turned your light off, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. But even then,
that's much better.
yeah,
Yeah, that makes me feel a whole lot better.
Well, they used to whenever we'd go eat lunch, you'd have to cut your light off, so because you wouldn't be able to do a whole 10-hour shift with with that 30 minutes of juice, so you'd have to cut I learned to eat in the dark very quick.
Man, that is just and people just do that day in and day out for their whole lives.
Yeah.
And people don't realize how essential that is, for energy for our country. And then there's guys doing that, and that's my hat's off to you and your family. I love that. I love hearing those stories. That's awesome. So
Cool.
You still turn the lights out when you eat now?
No. No, my wife has cured that habit.
Okay.
So was your wife happy when you got out of the coal business? Is she happier with what you do now?
Oh yeah, most definitely. She with the coal business was what it was. She told me of she would just stay worried all the time because one time I was in the coal mines, and the mines had flooded just a bit, which is natural sometimes. I know that may sound scary, but it's natural for a mine to flood. I was in about knee deep water, and was walking towards the what we call in-by. In-by is where they cut the coal out of the face of the mountain. So I was walking in-by towards the miner machine, and a rock the size and shape of a door, so it was rectangle, dropped right in front of me, and it was probably about this thick and about as long as a door is.
It would have killed you for sure. You would have been done.
Oh yeah, I'd have been dead. It was probably probably weighed a ton, and just close calls like that happened all the time. And so she's definitely happier that I'm doing what I'm doing now. So am I. I love it. Ride this chair all day long.
Man, I'm sure it's just one close call and scary thing after another for a coal miner, man. And
Now, did anybody watch that series on Spike TV about 2 years ago called Coal?
I watched a couple episodes of that just because I for me it's watching. It's like maybe somebody that's never been in a pawn shop before, interested in maybe like what happens or what they do, and they're interested and they're intrigued. And for me, that interests and intrigues me just because I have no idea what you guys do on a daily basis, and I think it's interesting TV. I don't even know if that show is still on. Is it still on?
No, it's not on anymore. But that, like you said, that gives you a good idea of what they do. What I used to do anyway. That's the mine they were in was the second type of mine. It's not a shaft mine, but they go straight into the mountain. They call that a drift mine when you go straight in. And I did that a time or two as well. But the only differences with that was they rode what they call a man bus, a man trip, inside the mines. The mines that I was at had train tracks, and you rode a little train inside the mine. So I mean, it's just different ways of getting you there.
Wow. So would you? I know you're happy with what you're doing now, but would you ever go back to that?
No way.
You're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that no more. Not with the knowledge that I have now. Not that I know everything online, but say for instance, if WadeHarman.com just didn't make it, I would just go start something else.
You got too much water under the bridge, too much knowledge now. So let me ask you, how does one go from coal mining to what you're doing now? That it's just it's a complete about face in career choices, and I think it's great. That's obviously you're successful and you're great at what you do now. Is this something that you thought about before, or is it just something you kind of fell into, or?
No, I first got on the internet in, I think it was 2003 was my first time on the internet. And I don't remember what I searched, but I just remember that it was so overwhelming that I just clicked off of it and got out. I didn't get back on the internet until 5 years later, which was 2008. And
of course, in 2003, it was dial-up still, right?
yeah, that's right. And
rotary dial-up still.
Yeah, there you go.
So 5 years later, I got on, and there was a site called Bebo. Who remembers Bebo?
I know. What is that?
It's like Facebook. I think it still exists, actually. It's Bebo.
So was that pre MySpace or whatever? Was that before MySpace?
No. I think MySpace was in existence, but I think Facebook was just starting. I'm not for sure. But I remember the site. The site was Bebo, and it was kind of like Facebook is, used to be. And I kind of got online. And I started, looking around, and I was like, man, people are making money, at home. And I was so jealous because, I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning and working my hind end off for, this much. And I'm seeing guys like Pat Flynn make $50,000 a month doing a blog. And other people like John Chow is making all kinds of money. Those are the people that, whenever I started searching for it, I was like, how to make money blogging. That was the keyword I would put in. And those people would come up. I now know that people like John Chow is not really the model, or not really the person you want to model your blog after. But, it was things I had to learn. And I come out of the coal mines and started doing a blog. I actually made an $800 mistake, and I didn't know how to set up WordPress. I had no idea how to attach hosting, how to do anything. I just knew that you could have a site and you could make that site make money. And a dude took me down the river for $800. He hooked WordPress to GoDaddy and set up a few categories on the site, and now I could do that 5 minutes, and it kills me if I ever see that guy out on the street. I probably I don't know what I'll do to him.
Know what? It's like I always say. What's my saying that I always say, Rhonda and Kirk?
No.
Here it is. I always say this. If you need somebody to break somebody's legs, break somebody's legs.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, more power to that guy, though. I mean, he saw a need, and he capitalized on the need and made money on it. Great.
I call that an $800 education. I just chalk it up to education, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's all I can do.
Yep. Yeah, I once made I bought this was a long time ago, and I haven't done it since, but I bought a fake Rolex for $2,700. And, what are you laughing at, Rhonda?
Somebody's trying to sell me Google Glass for $15,000.
Yeah.
Kirk will sell you that.
You know what? And that is honestly the last fake Rolex I ever bought, and I've bought many since. And so, to me, that's education.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. So, sorry.
Okay. All right. So anyway, I got the blog set up, and I knew I wanted to make money, and I knew I wanted a blog. So I didn't have any knowledge of keyword optimization within titles or URLs, .coms, whatever domains. And so I knew I wanted a blog, knew I wanted to make money, so I just squished them all together and put a .com behind it, and I started a blog called bloggersmakemoney.com.
Wow, okay.
And, yeah, wow. And so I started writing for that site, and nothing was happening. 3 months went by, nothing was happening. Here I am. I'm trying to throw affiliate links at people because I see everybody making all kinds of money. I want to be the next Pat Flynn. I want to do this within a month so I can start making $50,000 just like him. and I'm lying to people in my blog. I'm telling them how much money I'm making, and nobody's buying. Then about 3 months into it, I'm like, wait a minute, I know this is not the right thing to do. I'm no pro at blogging, but I know that you got to tell the truth.
Yeah.
And so I took everything off and I started again, started from scratch, and I started writing about things that I knew about, things that I'd learned, people that maybe, I was a quarter of a mile ahead of somebody that was just starting behind me, so I had that much education, and that was what I wrote about. I wrote about that and started getting some traffic, started getting some traction, people reading my blog. And 6 months into it, I was like, I love social media. This is what I want to focus on. So I started writing about social media tactics and strategies and more traffic.
So were you still doing the coal mining thing at the same time? Did they overlap some?
No, coal mining was done. I actually got hurt underground, which is why.
Okay.
Which is why I do what I do. So,
right.
So anyway, by month 6, I was writing social media stuff and more traffic. And my 8th month, I actually made commission on something. I was so excited. I sold a TweetAdder affiliate. That was the noise that you heard in my house when I saw that in my email. It was I got paid $62 for 7 months worth of work.
But dude, isn't that because I started my business from scratch, and the feeling, whether it be $1 or $10,000, that first little bit of money that came in that I knew that I made because of the stuff that I did was so gratifying. So I know what you're talking about. That's awesome.
No, it was. It just launched me into a whole nother level. And by month 9, a site called socialmediaexaminer.com picked me up as one of the top 25 social media bloggers in the country.
Which puts you into a whole another realm, right? I mean,
yeah. Okay, so they do something every year called the top 10 social media bloggers. The pick before the top 10, they picked 25 blogs from people that have been nominated. So I was in that top 25. Now, I didn't make the top 10 cut. I didn't get the trophy or anything like that, but I got the link from Social Media Examiner. And that very first day I woke up and I went to my stats and I looked and I saw that 700 people had came to my blog that day. I was like, good night, what in the world? And so I tracked that back and I saw that they had put me a link on there, and since Bloggers Make Money was high on the alphabetical list, I was up top, so people were clicking that link, and I was getting email subscribers, I was getting blog readers, I was getting people, and the next month I made probably $300-400. And so it just kind of gradually went to where I'm at today, and now I'm doing what I love. I love doing relationship marketing and just showing people how to build relationships, because I have seriously been educated since day one on the whole blogging social media front, and I have came to the conclusion that this does not work without friends in business and without relationships that you build along the way.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a great story, man. I love hearing. First of all, I love hearing people doing what they love to do, just because I think that is really the key to success. If you love what you do, you're going to be successful at it. And I mean, my thing is if you find something that you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, man. And I still think that. I mean,
that's so true. I mean, everybody, even today, I did an interview with an Indian magazine. They wanted me to talk about SEO and all this stuff, and they said, give us your SEO strategies. And I said, I don't care about SEO. I care less about it. And that's what they love to do. So they want to pump that up. And I don't know how good the article is going to be on me, but I can't give them any information on SEO because I care less about it. But if you, like you said, if you have something that you love doing you won't work a day in your life. Those 7 months that I made nothing, I was still getting fulfilled just from writing to people and engaging with with other people on social. And that's, I know that's cliche, but that's rewarding enough for me.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. I mean, a huge success story. I mean, going from nothing wrong with coal mining, but you got hurt and you weren't able to do that anymore, and you found your way, man. I mean, you found your way, and it's that is I love hearing those stories. That's awesome. So
Wait, hey Ryan, can I ask him a question real quick?
Yeah, go ahead. I don't want to dominate all the time, so.
Yeah. Wade, I was wondering, from point A of making no money at all doing what you were doing, and now that we have this huge Google Plus platform and the Hangout features and all of that, how has that changed what you do or how you do it? Or has it improved, how's that changed things for you?
The Hangout platforms has drastically changed the way I do relationship marketing. Now I can do face-to-face with people, and I'm not just talking about Hangouts on air that are live, that other people can watch. This, the generic answer to building relationships is stay visible with the person, comment on their posts, reshare their stuff while plus mentioning their name so they'll notice you. That's all great stuff that you should be doing every day, but it doesn't take the place of a face-to-face, a one-on-one, even in a private call. I've had a lot of text chats with Martin Shervington, Mark Trapagan, and all these other influential people, but a lot can be lost in translation. The Hangouts it just opens your world, because when you're sitting there staring at the person and they're talking to you, then that relationship is made a whole lot quicker when you can converse one-on-one like this.
Yep. Yeah, and that's key. I mean, that's key. It really brings the electronic age back to more personalization, just because we went from phone calling to emailing to texting, which I hate. I hate texting, by the way. It's horrible. To this, and now we are back to face-to-face with people on the other side of the world, and that's huge, man. That's a huge, especially in what you do. That's a huge deal. So what I was going to ask you, are you home right now? Do you work from home?
Yeah.
So do you still have a guitar there? Can you play something for us?
Yeah, I got it. It's right here. Hang on.
We got to hear this.
It's under all my work stuff.
Oh, we see what takes priority, right?
Yeah. I got a whiteboard over there that I had on top of this thing.
That looks like a Taylor. Is it a Taylor?
Yeah. It's a.
Man, I knew that just from the bag, man.
Yeah, this is a.
This ain't just a pretty face, okay?
What?
This ain't just a pretty face, all right? So.
That's right. That's right. Now,
be careful. He'll try and pawn your Taylor here in a second.
Dude, top-notch guitar, man. How much do you want for it, by the way?
I would be willing to trade this uptrade it to another Taylor. Because this is the best sounding guitar I've ever played.
Oh, dude, Taylor.
I take that back. My grandpa gave me a Gibson J45, a 1942.
You still have that?
It got stole out of a church.
Oh. Who steals stuff from a church? You go straight to hell.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I could see the anguish in your face, man. That's brutal.
That was the best guitar I've ever played. Now, I've still got my grandma's guitar that she gave me. It was a Gibson Dove. I think it's J55, 1943. And
you have that?
Yeah, I have that. It's red. It's real pretty.
All right, man. Let's hear this. So
right.
You got the floor, man.
Okay. Can you see the guitar? Good. Can you hear it?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Let's play.
Crazy Train. Love it.
Yeah. Acoustic version.
Wade Harman, Aussie master.
Phew, I wish.
That's awesome, dude. I appreciate you doing that.
Yeah,
so,
no problem.
So you've been playing that for a while, and obviously that's evident in how you played. But you haven't played the fiddle for a while, and what's keeping you from picking that up again?
There is a there's a wooden peg. The tuner peg is broken, and apparently you can't just go into a music store and buy any old wooden peg. It's got to be it's got to fit that particular fiddle. So I'm actually thinking of just throwing it to them and letting them put those metal gears. You've seen those on them.
Yep.
I'm thinking about letting them put the metal gears on, so that way I won't have to worry about slippage or anything like that. But it's an Alvarez electric fiddle, so you can play it, you can play it electric or you can play it acoustic too. So it's still got the hollow body.
Maybe when you take that back up, maybe we'll have you back on and play that for us sometime.
Okay, yeah. Me and Jeff C. I'm trying to get Jeff C. and Mark Trapphagen to do a hangout with me where we just jam.
Yeah.
Jeff C. plays the fiddle, right?
He plays the banjo.
Oh, the banjo. That's what it was.
Yeah.
So now all you need is to get somebody to play the mandolin, and you guys.
Mark Trapphagen plays mandolin.
Oh, okay.
You Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
I love bluegrass stuff, and obviously, man, you guys are from the South. That's like.
I don't really like bluegrass that much.
Oh, really? That's like a staple, man.
Well, I understand that the music is.
Not.
I've never.
I just don't like it.
I thought all you Southerners like bluegrass stuff. What's wrong with
you Southerners? No,
nothing's wrong with liking it. It's just not my preference, as you can tell by what I play. That's the style of music I like.
What Wade said.
Oh, okay. No bluegrass. No bluegrass.
Maybe it's.
You know what we could play?
You gotta be from somewhere else to like bluegrass. If you live in the heart of bluegrass, nobody likes it.
Yeah, because that's all we hear all the time.
I thought
okay.
all you just sit around and eat ribs and hush puppies and listen to bluegrass. Isn't that it?
Well, I could do all that except for the music.
I grew up in Canada. Everybody played Rush up there, and I'm not a huge Rush fan now because of that. It was too much of it.
Well, you see, and that's your case in point right there, because I love Rush.
Yeah, and most people do, but I listen to too much of it. I don't care for it much.
So, Kirk, is Rush just? Are they from Canada, or is it just a big thing up there?
No, they're from Canada.
Oh,
Yep.
okay.
They're Canadians, eh?
Yeah. Eh?
So that's like home country stuff. Yep. That is Celine Dion, but man, I wouldn't even.
That's the best drummer in all of rock and roll. What's
his name? Neil, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah. And Celine Dion, of course, and you gotta like her, right?
Hey, you want to hear a cool story about Celine Dion?
What's
no.
Okay. That's the answer I always get when I ask that question.
I wonder why, man.
I don't know.
I got a friend that said that he was going to Celine Dion down in Vegas, and I go, dude, if you have not already lashed your man card, it is gone. It's gone, man.
I got to tell you this story, though. It really is kind of cool. So I went to Vegas, the MGM Grand, and I had my Sporting Clays gun with me, so I was going to go shoot Sporting Clays in Vegas.
We're not friends anymore if you tell me you went to that concert, dude.
No, I didn't go to the concert. No, I would never do that. Okay. Yeah, you know me better than that. So I took the gun down. I had to take it down to security and have them secure it in their vault downstairs. And they had me sign all this paperwork, and I went in there, and they said, you can just take the gun and you just put it right in the vault. So I walked into the vault with a security officer, and there's all of Celine Dion's Emmys and Grammys and what are they called? I don't know. All those
music awards.
What's that?
Music awards.
Music awards. Yeah, they're all in there. And I'm like, what are these doing? Whose are these? She goes, it's Celine Dion's awards. And I'm like, what are they doing in here? She goes, she takes them with her when she travels. And she'd been in Vegas for so long. They were sitting down in the vault down there. So I went over and put my gun next to it, and as I walked out, I just kind of touched it because I wanted to just say that I did that.
Well, you know why she takes them with her, don't you?
No.
Because she don't want to be all by myself. Want to be all by myself.
And until now, Wade, I didn't know you had a sense of humor. Until
It kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
yeah, that's great. I love that. Oh, that's good stuff.
That's good. That's good stuff. But I won a Pinewood Derby one time, and I carried that medal around with me. So I mean, I guess it's not so out of the ordinary, I guess, right? Right.
Right.
You guys are speechless. Okay, that's all I can say.
You had me at Pinewood Derby.
Yeah, for sure.
The only award I would carry around with me was if I won the Super Bowl, and I'd put it on my hand.
The ring. Well,
Yeah.
you can go down to there's a pawn shop down south there that sells a lot of those. Apparently, gets a lot of them in their store there. I'm not going to mention their name, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
I believe.
What's that, Wade? What's that shirt, man? Tell me about that shirt.
Oh, this is my bass fishing shirt. Thought I'd wear this.
That thing is sick, man.
Huh?
I love it. That thing is awesome.
Yeah, thank you.
You have special shirts for bass fishing?
No, a while back, it's been before I got married. I used to go fish in tournaments a lot, and so I would wear this to look important.
What haven't you done, dude? So professional fisherman?
No, not professional at all. It's just any, these tournaments you can, of course there was like 500 or 600 people in it, but anybody can fish in a bass tournament.
So were you good at it?
Well, yeah, I guess. I'm all right at fishing. It's been a while. It's been at least 2 years since I went. This blogging thing has took up a lot of my time.
Man, you got to get back at it. Yeah,
Fish it for people now.
Don't all your southern guys? What do they call that noodling? Like when you stick your arm in the catfish.
Yeah, I have never done that and never will, man.
Man, that sounds just flipping creepy. Would you do that, Rhonda?
When I was younger, probably. Not now. No.
But you won't even fly now, Rhonda. So I don't know if you.
I didn't fly before, Ryan.
That was never something she.
No, it's not a new thing.
We're gonna get Rhonda on a plane, man. We're gonna get her on a plane and get her out here. So.
We're not. You know what we could do? This is a really good idea. We could do this.
On or die.
Oh, you know what time that is. You ready for this, Wade?
Yep.
We could do
Yeah.
that.
All right.
Do it.
Okay. Flash that graphic up.
Okay, are you going to tell him how to play?
Oh, yeah, I better. I better tell you the rules. Okay, so here's how it is. So you're going to get 5,000 hypothetical lightning pond bucks, okay? Now, you're opening up your own business, so you're trying to make this happen for yourself. People are going to come into your store. They're going to want to pawn these items, and you're going to be able to spend as little or as much of this $5,000 as you want on all these items. The point is to get these things for not less than what I actually paid for them. If you guess less than what I've actually paid for them, the customer walks and you don't get that item. Is that cool?
Yeah.
And if you
It's not cool, but it's the way it is.
Yeah, this is going to be horrendous.
no, dude. Listen. This is like this. You'll do good at this, okay?
Yeah,
So,
Wade will do good at this.
So
I have a way of surprising people.
yeah, you'll do fine. So the other side of the coin is you want to be able to spend, not underspend, but not overspend either, because you want to be able to sell these items for what they're worth in Keystone. So you want to make sure you're not paying too much for them either. Okay.
Right.
So with that being said, let's get this done. Item number 1. Rhonda.
There it is.
Okay.
You see it?
Did everybody see that?
Oh,
She'll
I
have
don't
to
comment track
click on her image so it'll stick.
There we go. A better? Golf clubs. Can you see that, Wade?
I cannot. Hang on. Yeah, now I can.
Okay. So these are a set of 2011 TaylorMade Burner Pluses, the full iron set, and it's irons 4 through pitching wedge.
Those aren't mine, are they?
Maybe.
Dude, nobody asks where I get this stuff, okay?
That's what I have. That's why I'm wondering if those are mine.
They were yours.
Yeah.
Does the bag come with it?
No bag. No bag.
Good question.
I can tell you, Wade, they are in phenomenal condition. Okay.
I have no idea how much. I don't golf. I have heard of the TaylorMade brand, so I know that's a good brand. And the Burner, TaylorMade Burner, is like an offset of TaylorMade. So I don't know. You paid $150.
What are you gonna pay?
I'm gonna pay $150.
Okay.
That's probably way off.
$150 for the burners. Okay.
Wade's on his phone looking it up on eBay.
Dude,
No, it's a calculator.
I love that.
Keep up with my spending.
Kirk, didn't you buy those burners for me or no?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I took them back and I'm reselling them now. So.
Okay, that's fine.
Well, see, but my strategy was this. I went online last night and I checked to see the average offer a pawn shop owner would give somebody when they would try to pawn something. And so what I found was, even though I know that TaylorMade burners, or not just burners, but anything TaylorMade is got to be $1,000 with bag and drivers and everything.
Yeah, they can be, absolutely. If you buy the
so you probably lowballed this guy big time. So I'm going to stick with $150.
Man, yeah, I would never.
All right, maybe I highballed him. Okay.
So this is Kirk's alley right here, except for he carries better brands than that. So 2013 Giant Escape. It's a cool bike. It's in immaculate condition.
It's a good thing you didn't ask me how much I'd pay for it.
It looks like it's got lights on it.
No, but it does have fenders and it does have a kickstand.
Oh, well.
Is this a mountain bike? Something?
No. This is like, what do you call this type of bike, Kurt?
It's a hybrid.
Yeah, there you go.
Jeez, I have no idea on this either. I don't bike.
We got to change that, Kurt, right? We got to change that for Wade.
Oh, he's done everything else. He might as well try that.
Yeah.
Now, does this shift gears or anything?
It does. It does. It does. It has a.
4 speeds.
Yeah, I think this one has the. It has a regular derailleur shift system. It doesn't have the Nexus system, so I can't remember how many speeds it has on this one. So nice bike. It really is a nice hybrid.
Shoot. I'm just going to make a guess out of the blue. I have no idea how much this is worth, and even less of an idea how much you paid for it. So I'm going to say $250.
Okay. That's a pretty good guess. I mean, that's not you're not out with that. So okay. Item number 3, Vanna. I mean Rhonda. She's gonna
Back to that later.
He's gonna drop kick you.
So.
Vanna Green, please. Vanna Green to this floor, please. Vanna Green.
Okay.
Consequences and repercussions, Ryan.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yep. So 2013 Honda Metro. This is a cool, like, black on black scooter, and it's in really good shape. The only blemish on this one is he ran it up against something, and on the front fairing there's a little bit of a scrape, but everything else is immaculate. So, in full disclosure, in the spirit of full disclosure, I needed to tell you that. So.
Does it have a kickstand?
It has a man, dude.
And everything works on it, like the lights and all this stuff?
Lights work. Okay, so something unique about this, Wade, is that at least here in Utah, I don't know what it would be. So if it's 50 cc or under, you don't have to get it registered, or nor do you have to have a title for it.
Yeah, that's the way it is here.
Yeah.
You don't have to have a license to ride one here either.
Yeah. So, oh wow, okay. So
you don't have to have a title either?
You don't have
No.
to have a title for this. This has a certificate of ownership, is it? And
Cool.
so the cool thing about this is you don't have to register it, but it is still street legal. So they are in demand.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah, I
mean,
see
right
people
when-
riding these all the time around the house.
If you ride one of these, you look a little douchey, but versus riding a Harley, but just saying.
Yeah, but a full tank of
I
gas
don't
costs
have
you.
a scooter, Wade, okay? I'm just saying.
Your man card is gone anyway, Ryan. So
I know.
no release for you.
I
That's your new ride.
I lost my man card months ago.
Yeah.
I don't know the retail value of these either. I've never had the desire to own one, so I do.
Oh, Wade still has his man card. Good job, Wade.
Do what?
I said you still have your man card, so that's good.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a coal miner or ever were a coal miner, you have a lifetime exemption.
There you go.
That's right. Okay. So I do remember that there was a shop down at the house that used to sell these to people that didn't have their licenses. So if I can remember right, those people were selling these things for around $2,500, right at $3,000. So that's got a scratch or a dent, so that's going to knock it down. That's probably $300 or $400.
It's used though. It is used, so you got to take that into account.
Right. I'm talking this down. So if it's the retail new is $25,000 to $3,000, I'm going to say you offered him $700.
Okay. Okay. I think you did okay on that. Maybe. We'll see.
No, I don't think I did. Was that all of them? I still got money left.
Oh man, we're only halfway done, and the best is yet to come. Okay.
Oh, and Wade,
Yeah.
there's a bonus.
Yes.
Okay.
This is pawn or die on steroids, bud. We've got something special for you. Okay. So. Okay. Now you know music, but I don't know if you know these. This is an Access Virus TI keyboard. So I can tell you it's not a Casio. It's not a low end situation.
So it's up there with the Korgs.
Exactly.
Okay. What's the condition?
Excellent. Plus it comes with a hard case.
Oh, okay.
He's got a stand too, one of those stands.
I don't, they sell them with these, but I don't have that with this.
Oh.
So you have to take that into consideration.
I would say I'm going to pay $1,500.
Okay.
If it's all everything working and everything right. I guess I should have asked you that first. So.
Yeah, it works like a charm.
Okay, I'll say $1,500.
Okay. All right. Last regular item. Okay.
Oh.
This is a set. Okay, it's Jordan brand. Okay, the Jordan brand is just amazing to me because it just keeps going and going and going and going. So I've traded these. This is a little unfair, so I've got to preface it by this. I traded these for a PlayStation 3. The guy gave me $50 and these shoes, and I gave him a PlayStation 3. Normally, I would sell the PlayStation 3 for about $150. Okay. So, if that helps you out at all. Maybe.
I guess it depends on how.
It's wrong, Wade. You're in big trouble.
I guess it depends.
Now, let me tell you, they've got box and all the hangy tag things, and they've been worn just one time. They even have the paper that they stuck down into the shoe when they're new, right?
Yeah. So the PlayStation was worth $150, and he paid you $50, right?
He paid me $50. He gave me the shoes, and so.
Jeez. I don't know. Let's say $100.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay. All right. So, Kurt, explain this last part.
Okay, so based on what you've done so far, well, I thought we were going to do it differently, but based on what you've done so far, we have a bonus item for you.
How did you think we were going to do it? You do it the way...
Well, I thought maybe what you would do is you would run through how he did on the other ones.
Oh, well, let's do that. Let's do that. Yeah, let's do that, just so he can make a decision.
He can choose whether he wants to use the item or not.
You're right. You're right. I got ahead of myself a little bit. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So, golf clubs. You said $150.
Yeah, I guess.
I can tell you the customer didn't walk because they were very happy with what you paid for them. Like, very happy. And the clubs are probably worth $250. Okay, so you made $100 on that one.
Okay.
Okay. So you did okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. So the bike you paid $250, which is really heavy. Kirk, what would you sell that bike for?
About $200.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no clue on the bike.
I've got $250 on it. So let's just say even Steven on that one, okay? So you didn't lose money, you didn't make money on that one. He's going to want to do this bonus at the end, I can tell you that much for sure. Okay, the scooter, you paid $700 for it. And you were right on the money, Wade, with...
Oh, wow.
You were right on the money with it, $2,500. They're worth about $1,500, and so you did really well on that one. So let's say you made $800 on that one.
Nice.
So that was excellent one. Okay, keyboard. New, they're about $25. That one's worth, I think, about $2 with the case. So you were a little heavy on that one. I paid the guy. I paid the guy $300 for it.
Oh my God.
Ryan, you're such a scumbag.
I know, but
I will give you $350 for that.
I think he's coming back to get it.
Oh, okay.
Sure he is. He's got a whole store full of stuff people are coming back for.
That's why you're in business.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I want to change the subject because I don't want people to think I'm a scumbag. Hey, I'm a pawn dude, okay? That's the way it is.
It's the way it is.
Yeah.
We love you for it.
I know. Okay, so I'm going to say 2,000. You made $500 on that one. You certainly didn't get hurt, so you did fine. Okay, so the last one is the Jordans.
Ugh.
Dude, you did okay. Take a guess at how much those things are worth.
They're probably worth $180, $200.
Yeah, I think they're worth about $225.
Oh man, I was gonna guess 400. I'd have been way off.
In about 5 years they might be.
Oh.
So if you held on to them, I mean.
Yeah, I know those shoes have always been expensive. I've never been able to afford them things, man.
That's ridiculous.
So, I'm gonna say you made $125 on that one. Okay. So you spent. Let's see, You're gonna need the bonus without me, but it's up to you. Okay. Explain the bonus. Explain the bonus. Explain
here's how the bonus works. So, if you feel like you might be able to answer this last question, we've got a bonus. Ryan does not know what this item is, and so when we post it up, you both get to guess how much you would pay for that. And if you guess the same that Ryan does, or get close enough to what Ryan does, then you get how much money, Ryan? I can't remember what we said.
Well, we're going to determine how much it would be resell for, but let's just say that it makes you a leader in this game. But if you guess wrong, you lose everything.
Okay, let's do it.
Isn't that the way we decided to do it?
It has to be a set amount, whatever that amount is. He can either get 1,000 pawn bucks or 500 pawn bucks. It has to be a set amount.
Well, let's just say you can tell we thought about this for a long time.
Yeah.
Well, the reason it has to be a set amount because all the items are going to change. Some are going to be more and some are going to be less, but we have to make it fair.
Right, for sure. So what do you think?
So 1,000 pawn bucks.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Okay, so this is big. This is big. This is a big deal. So let's see what. I'm excited, man.
You understand, Wade?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
Okay. Load it up, Rhonda.
All right.
Oh. Oh.
Wait a minute, let me look. Oh, jeez, another bike.
See it? Oh, not just another bike.
It's not just another
I just
bike.
died.
Oh.
Okay, so let me ask you something, Kurt. Do I
No,
guess?
Ryan. No.
Well, do you want me to tell you what it is? I know Ryan knows what it is, but I'm going to tell you what it is. This is a 1990 Klein Attitude, and it's the Dolomite version, so it's pretty rare. That'll give you a little hint. Maybe even collector status.
Very
That
collector.
gives me no hint.
Okay.
So I can't tell you, Wade, that this bike was made by a bicycle company back in the 90s that was like the cat's meow of bike companies. It doesn't exist anymore. The bike company doesn't exist anymore. But
It was the Taylor Guitar Company of bicycles.
oh, there you go. That's a great way to do
Okay.
that one. So put it into perspective for Wade.
Hmm.
So, in this one, I haven't seen this one in person, but from what the picture is and what the way Kirk has described it to me, it is in immaculate, all original condition. Is that correct, Kirk?
It is like brand new.
Yeah.
And it's all original. All the parts are all original. There's nothing on it that isn't original.
Guess first.
Well, I'll guess first. I don't.
Yeah, wait. Ryan has to guess on paper.
Okay.
All right.
All right. While he's doing that, I'll go ahead and make my guess. Seeing as I messed up the other bike choice, kind of. If this is immaculate and collector's item, so that puts it in a whole nother ballgame. I would have normally said this is an early '90s bike, maybe $100. But if this is a collector's item, something that people want, and there's a specific number of these things, it's got to make me more money. How much money could it make me? Could it make me $1,000?
I'm guessing there are probably 1,400 of these made. I'm not sure that exact number, but 1,400 probably total made of those.
Which is really low for a production bike.
Yeah.
Production bike. So let me ask you a question, Kirk, before I write my thing. Am I buying this from a dude off the street?
Yeah, you've got to buy it from a dude off the street. And then, of course, you can sell it on eBay or sell it out of your store or whatever you decide to do. But
Now, does the dude look fishy in any way? Does he look like he wants to sell mate?
you know what? This guy, he's about 5'6", kind of gangly, dark hair, glasses, and wears a ball cap all the time.
Is his name David Winston?
No, his name's Kirk Sherrod. I just described myself. Nobody even knows.
I knew that, and that's shady. So yeah, the dude looks shady.
Yeah, but if we offer the shady dude too low, he's going to run away, right?
Right. This shady dude knows how much this bike's worth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So there's where I was getting at. He knows how much it's worth.
You sure he does?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me just go ahead and I'm going to say if I could get $1,000 out of this bike, and the dude would be happy if I paid him $500, then I'm going to spend $500.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, Ryan, you want to show your
All right.
offer?
I gotta just write it bigger.
Okay.
Say something so the screen will pop to you.
I can't. See.
1,000.
Ryan paid $1,000.
1,000. Oh, did I die then?
He died. Well, he walked.
He walked because it was from him. Now, in all fairness, if it would have just been an average person that came off the street, maybe he would have done that. But being that the guy knew how much is his bike worth, Kurt?
Well, that's debatable. I have seen them go for about $5,000 on eBay, and there's one on eBay right now for $20,000. I don't know that he'll get that, but apparently this one's never been ridden, and it's brand new out of the box. So it's possible he could get close to that, maybe 15.
But did you walk at $1,000 for me?
Yeah, I would have though, but you know this isn't fair to ask if I brought it in, because the story behind this bike is that when I was going to school at the University of Utah, there was one hanging in the bike shop up there at Guthrie Bike, and they wanted $1,800 for it, and it was ridiculous how much they wanted. But I wanted that bike so bad my teeth hurt, and so to be able to get this bike back, to me, I'll never sell it. So, but I think somebody that had that bike that knew what it was worth might take $1,000 from the pawn shop for it.
Yeah, I think so. Oh. All right, Wade. You know what? You didn't do that bad, dude.
No way. I thought you did pretty good.
That's fun.
I mean, none of those items you were familiar with, right? I mean, you were familiar with, the scooter and stuff like that. There's usually one that is, in your corner or whatever that you can make guys on. But I can tell you that on the initial 5, aside from the bike, you were making money on all the rest of them. So
awesome.
You did okay. You did okay.
Cool, man. That's fun.
Hey, dude, thanks for being on. Kirk, do you have anything to ask Wade?
No, man. Yeah, it's cool. Thanks so much. It's good to finally get to know you. Like you said, it's all about relationship. And, man, I feel like now we can relate. Now when I see Wade, I'm going to know a little bit more about you and what's going on with you. And that's really cool. I agree 100%, 1,000% with what you said about marketing and relationships.
Yeah.
My dad bought a suit from the same guy for like 20 years. And he used to drive hundreds of miles to buy a suit from this guy. And it had nothing to do with the suits.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
All about the relationships, absolutely. So would you come back and hang out with us again sometime, Wade?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Ron, do you have anything to ask Wade?
No, just glad you could come on the show, Wade. It's good to see you again.
Thanks to everybody for having me. Thanks to everybody who's watching right now. Appreciate it.
Right. Thanks for coming out, you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with Jerk's Corner, and hopefully, we have anybody lined up for guests on that one yet, or is that a surprise still?
It's a surprise.
Okay, all right. And then 2 weeks for Pond Boys, and I guess that's how we're going. And we're 10 o'clock start now, right? I mean that's the way we're rolling from now on, unless something drastic changes. So. Okay, thanks you guys. Appreciate you coming out. Thanks Wade again. And,
Thank you.
We'll catch you guys later.
See you guys.
See ya.